Why are positive reviews not helping? I wonder why. Yep. I Googled your symptoms. It says you're dead. Yep.
Today we discuss the factors that are preventing Ubisoft's stock price from rising. A number of factors are limiting the growth of Ubisoft stock. First, this meeting is for adults to have an adult conversation. I see many children in the room who are about to throw a tantrum and defend Assassin's Creed Shadows by attempting to insult adults and call them names. We do not have time
This is for Twitter.
Entertain you children today, so if you're going to throw a tantrum, let me know in the comment section below, and someone should be along shortly to give you a link to a Cocomelon video so you can watch a video that you are intellectually capable of understanding.
Yeah.
I am here to attempt to help Ubisoft and its associates and to help Assassin's Creed as an intellectual property and commercial product. With that out of the way, why have we seen no positive growth in Ubisoft's stock price after the launch of Assassin's Creed Shadows, Ubisoft's latest quadruple A game?
Because the game didn't do as well as they needed it to do, and everybody knows it. And the people that don't know it are completely coping. They're massively coping, and everybody knows it.
That's a huge contributing factor to the continual decline of stock price are all the dishonest reviews and articles from mainstream media. IGN, The Guardian, Steam Deck HQ, PC Gamer, Polygon, Vice, Engadget, Top Gear. These are the top searches on Google when one searches for Assassin's Creed Shadows reviews. However, there is uniformity in the dishonesty and misrepresentation in the quality and content of the game.
That's the problem too, is that like all of these people that review video games, there's very rarely any sort of like difference. Like when a game becomes a victim of like a culture war, all of the mainstream publications play defense for the game. That's every single time. It goes the exact same way every single time.
Rejected.
It literally could just be the same company with different names, and it would be the same thing.
From
literally no difference at all.
Top Gear calls the game a return to form.
I've heard that a lot.
Why is a car website reviewing a video game? There are countless video clips proliferating through the internet showing the actual quality of the game and its issues. The quality of the voice acting and the dialogue writing.
The voice acting is just awful, and so is the dialogue. Like 20% of it is like, I'd say good, not great, but good. But the other 80% is like just so laughably bad it makes Lost Ark look realistic.
Are so humiliatingly bad, I refuse to conduct my own breakdown and analysis of it.
It's wild.
It is an insult to a professional writer. The one good aspect about the game, the visuals of the environment, are not enough to make a good product or a video game. Let's say you wake up one day and see 20 glowing reviews for a new restaurant serving boeuf bourguignon. And
this is another big problem, I think, and I don't think this is discussed enough, is the selfishness of these people that are pushing these agendas. Because the problem is that you're giving these games reviews, and the reviews also serve to be a conduit for you to communicate with the publisher and for the developers. And when you're not giving them an accurate representation of what the game is, what you're doing really is you're putting all of these people's jobs at risk, because you're saying that I'm going to virtue signal and talk about how good this game is, even though it's really not that good, because it aligns with some sort of value system that I think I have. And what ends up happening, the end game of that, is that the studios get shut down because they're constantly being misled by companies and like groups of people that are totally built off of ideology. So they have no problem leading a studio off the cliff because they're not the ones going off the cliff. So what? Well, the point is that these people in playing defense for these games are actively hurting the developers because they're creating an insulated system where none of these people are actually receiving the feedback that they need to receive in order to improve their products. So they're not using the feedback, And it's hurting the companies, and the companies end up having to fire these people. So what I'm saying is that creating this media apparatus that protects these companies from this type of feedback, this media apparatus should act as an inoculation, but it doesn't. And what is an inoculation? Inoculation is when you give somebody a very small dose of a disease in order to make their body resistant to it. And because it doesn't function that way, and the feedback isn't being received in a way that is beneficial to the companies, what happens is that they just get more and more diseased until they die. And so I actually think these reviewers are killing these games, and they're killing studios with this, because it's more important that these games follow their worldview than the developers have jobs. Do you see kind of like how all of this, like this, it's a domino effect, right? It's not like a one thing causes another thing. It's like 2 or 3 like dominoes of like how this comes down. Yeah.
All of these reviews say it is the best boeuf bourguignon they have ever had. They all say it is a return to form. That nobody has ever made boeuf bourguignon this perfect. It is perfect. Even a car website says this restaurant serves the best boeuf bourguignon. So you go to this restaurant, you order the boeuf bourguignon that you have heard so much about. You receive your meal, you see something that is visually beautiful. The way it looks, perfection. You take a bite of the meal, and you realize it is actually crotte de chien. If you will pardon my French, the restaurant has served you dog poop. Now, it would be understandable if you would be upset.
Okay. Yeah.
But now imagine you are sitting there in the restaurant, and there are others there who hear that you do not like the meal.
And they get mad at you.
These other restaurant patrons, children,
attack you
with dog shit in their teeth, all gang up on you and attack you for not loving and praising the meal. They
Please keep eating the dog shit. Please.
Threaten you and look for ways to destroy you because you did not like the dog shit that they gobbled up.
Yeah.
Why did the reviewers tell you this was the best boeuf bourguignon? Why would the reviewers say that?
Who knows?
Why would they lie about the quality of this meal?
Yeah.
There must be a reason. Would you ever trust those reviewers again? Would you ever trust mainstream media?
I wouldn't.
Again, after they made you eat crotte de chien.
Yeah, I would not. I mean, as I said, I think this is what's happened many times, is that they've ended up doing this, and it's just hurt their brand more and more.
The ability for Ubisoft's stock price to grow has been negatively impacted by the dishonest reviews of Assassin's Creed Shadows, misrepresenting the quality and content of the product.
Completely
Not just from mainstream media, but also from children online who are throwing tantrums to defend this commercial product. Over the past few years, mainstream media has been destroying its own credibility by engaging in dishonest and self-serving reporting practices.
Yep.
By saying a product is the best thing in the world, a return to form.
They're actively misleading not only the audiences, but the companies themselves, and they're leading these companies off a cliff, and it's causing the people that work at the companies to lose their jobs. Because their ideology is more important than the well-being of the people that work at the company.
Only for people to see actual evidence, video footage of that product having flaws and being problematic, you sow seeds of distrust in the minds of people and you lose their trust. So this is how it is. Investors have no reason to trust mainstream media. Gamers, potential customers, have no reason to trust mainstream media.
Nobody does.
Had the media represented the product honestly, with balanced and fair reporting, Ubisoft's stock price would not be diminishing this way. Had children on the internet not thrown tantrums to defend this product with embarrassing behavior, Ubisoft's stock price would not be continuing to plummet. When children defend a product like this with absurd behavior on the internet, it says to investors that the only people who actually like Assassin's Creed Shadows are children with anger issues who never go outside into the real world and only sit at home playing on Twitter and watching Cocomelon videos all day while their mommy spoon feeds them chocolate pudding.
I wish.
Honesty.
Yep.
Fair reporting. integrity.
People getting paid
That
too?
is how
Maybe.
the games
Yeah.
industry will move forward. That is how we will pave the road to the future.
Whether
How many
people are like
times
it
do
or
we need
not,
to
this
see
is
by
going to be
example
true.
that dishonest reporting results in commercial products failing and game development teams disbanding?
Yep.
Thank you for joining me today.
It's
If you're
completely
interested
biased.
in making your own boeuf bourguignon, I will post a link in the description to a fantastic recipe in a YouTube video.
Lovely.
You can make this yourself at home. All the best. Bonne chance.
Oh my God. I thought this was so funny. It is. This is so funny to me.
大家好，我只是个东，我稍微做一下细节补充。首先要先讲的是，我这个影片翻到一半，我才看到原来有聊已经翻好了，但是没办法，我都已经翻到一半了，我不想做白工啊，我还是把它翻完了。反正顺便也测试看看，我们觉得片段还是可能稍微有一点差异啦。顺便看一下，就是不同的翻译啊，会不会有人想看？然后我补充一下细节，就是他们买这么多的行销公司，就 Ubisoft 买这么多的行销公司，然后还有因为很多的这些游戏主流媒体，影片里面提到了很多的那个，就是那种游戏主流媒体、评论媒体，很多是台湾人可能不太熟的，除了 IGN 大家都应该很熟，可是其他的大部分可能台湾比较少听到，因为都是欧美那边的团体，然后他们都差不多，就是都已经声名狼藉了。然后我觉得最好笑、最可笑的就是他提到的那些媒体里面很多根本甚至都不是游戏媒体，像他讲 Top Gear 是主要是都在讲车子的，那个网站上的主要的话题是在秀车子，连做车子的网站都跑来讲游戏，跟你说这个游戏很赞，你都不会觉得怪怪的吗？啊，你都不会觉得怪怪的吗？就是太露骨了啦，太刻意了。那个买公关行销买到就是都没有在演的，跟你毫不相关的都跑来帮你说话，怪怪。对啊，还有英国卫报也是啊。反正我是觉得他们真的是自砸招牌，而且这一套真的就是这也是为什么近年来反而造成玩家反感反扑的理由。就是他们一直想要洗脑玩家，想要教育玩家，可是一次又一次自砸招牌，玩家早就不信他们了，就跟放羊的孩子一样啊！整天说这是神作，时时满分，谁还信你啊？整天喂我们吃屎，谁还信你啊？然后另外一个就是 Coco Melon， 这个是我想补充一下的细节，就是 Coco Melon 是一个也是在 YouTube 上的频道，然后做很多面向儿童的节目，就很像天线宝宝啦，你们就想成台湾人就想成天线宝宝就好了。但是这个东西呢，近年来在欧美非常被诟病，甚至有很多人提倡应该要 ban 这个频道，有很多理由。那我这里就先不提太多，但是我有点想要把相关的影片也翻译给大家看一下，因为我之前看到也觉得蛮恐怖的。就是这个 Coco Melon 虽然说面向给小朋友看，可是它的内容就太过。就是怎么讲，他让小孩子成瘾，他这个争议性在于他让小孩子成瘾，就是他就好像现在很多人不是都是对抖音成瘾嘛，因为他们抖音这种短影音的设计，就是短时间内大量的声光刺激，然后它的从影片本身的制作到演算法，这个 app 就是抖音这种短影音 app 的运作方式，就是不断的让你分泌多巴胺，然后就像电子毒品，简单来讲就像电子毒品，这些东西的运作原理就像电子毒品，你就是一直滑一直看。然后 Coco Melon 这个频道的影片也有这种性质，而且更加强烈，甚至更加恶劣，就是它是运用，甚至不是内容本身，就并不是他拍的影片讲的故事，或是它是用声音、声光刺激跟颜色，就是它连颜色都刻意设计的让吸引小孩子的注意。就是小孩子看一些东西，小孩子的大脑还正在发育，正在发展，很多一些视觉上的各种细胞都还在发展，都还在发育，所以他们这个公司的影片特别利用针对了小孩子的这个状态，去特别用一些鲜艳的颜色，然后去吸引小孩子的注意，绑住小孩子的专注力。对小孩子来讲，真的就像吸毒一样。 所以这个叫电子毒品，真的不是随便讲讲，真的不是开玩笑。国外是真的有医生、学者、教师，甚至家长在反映这件事情，就是他们这个观察到小孩子的情况怪怪的，就他们觉得他们的家长发现自己的小孩有异常行为，然后异常专注的盯着 iPad、盯着电视、盯着手机，然后只要父母试着把那些平板啊、手机拿走，小孩子就起笑，真的起笑，就开始砸东西、乱叫，情绪控管失当，就是出现暴力倾向。所以啦，我是真的非常诚心的建议所有有小孩子的父母，不要过早的让小孩子接触到 3C 产品，真的诚心建议，这真的会，因为小孩子的大脑正在发育中，这是会有影响的，这个不是随随便便在讲这个，真的要小心注意。过早的让发育阶段的儿童接触过量的声光刺激，这种很鲜艳的颜色，然后你以为好像只是在唱童歌，就是专门设计给小孩子看的影片，可能会对他的智力造成影响，可能会对他的性格造成影响，可能会让他产生躁郁症，产生注意力不集中、过动症之类的，很多是真的会大脑结构、大脑发育造成影响，负面影响，要小心注意，要小心注意。我之后如果大家对这个话题有兴趣的话，我想要翻一些相关的探讨的影片，讲这个Coco Melon 的影片，很恐怖，很恐怖。好了，就这样了，废话不太多了，感谢大家收看。那今天晚上不会开台，我要去练拳。感谢大家，下次见，祝大家都美好一天，拜拜，拜拜，拜拜，拜拜，拜拜。